In this video, I will teach you exactly how I went from being extremely ugly and fat to becoming muscular, shredded, and pretty damn attractive. I will start by telling you how you become so consistent in the right habits and become a lot more attractive, basically glow up. And then I will tell you what are those habits that have the most amount of impact over your attractiveness. Now I want to ask you a question that might seem obvious. Do you want to glow up? Like, really, bro? Do you actually want to achieve this transformation? And if you do, great, you are going to become so much more attractive by watching this video and taking action afterwards. But if you are not willing to sacrifice your current self so you can become more attractive, then bro, you are not going to succeed. Yes bro, you need to sacrifice yourself so you can become the more attractive version of yourself. 3 years ago, I wanted it badly enough. I wanted to grow up more than I wanted to stay the same. And I had to change because of that. It's all about habitualizing the right work. And if you want it, you will do it. Now habits, how there are some people out there who just manage to implement all of the good habits easily. It seems effortless. It all boils down to one thing: character. Now you might be pretty confused because what does it even mean? Let me explain. So let's say David Goggins. We all know that he is extremely disciplined. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that if David Goggins had to implement a new good habit into his life, let's say starting a podcast, right, whatever, do you think that he would be consistent in doing it or not? Of course he would, because he has the right character. So let's say that you develop the skill of being disciplined, and you are disciplined right now. Would you go to this workout? Of course, you will never miss because you are disciplined. Now, one very important thing that I want you to realize when you pursue a goal. So your goal when you try to glow up is not to become attractive and rise up to that goal. Your goal is to make the act of achieving it your baseline. So it's basically taking all of the actions that the guy who is extremely attractive does and making it your baseline, your habits. Because we are humans, we don't rise up to our goals, we fall back to our baseline, to our habits. And for you to implement those habits and do them consistently so you will see results, you will have to have these 3 crucial skills that I found out after glowing up that they are the most important ones. The first skill is discipline, the second skill is consistency, and the third skill is positive, optimistic thinking. Now discipline is doing the hard work when we don't want to, when we don't feel like it. Consistency is very similar to discipline, but it is the skill of doing something every time that we need to and reducing the amount of discipline that is required from us to go to this thing each time. So let's say that you want to go to the gym to build an attractive body. For you to go to the gym when you don't have the skill of consistency, it's hard. You will have to use a lot of discipline each time and you will lose, you will get burnout. But on the other side, if you have this skill, you will know exactly how you implement this habit. You make it a habit and you stick to it, and then in some days you won't feel like it, for sure you go, but the baseline is the consistency. And then the third skill, positive optimistic thinking. You will not feel like going to the gym. You will see no hope sometimes if you won't have this skill, and if there is no hope, if our motivation gets to 0, like none, we will quit because we will see no way of getting to this desired outcome. We will lose, and thinking optimistically is so fucking crucial so we won't quit. And the way to develop each one of these skills, each skill that we can develop is developed like this. So I told you that I used to play a lot of video games back in the day 3, 4, 5 years ago. I had like thousands of hours on some video games. There was one thing that is universal to both them, video games, and real life, and it is skills. Meaning that in video games, when we develop skills, we need to go and start at level 1 and grind, right? It's like that in real life. When we start to become disciplined, when we start to develop this skill, we need to start small and do the easy kind of disciplined thing instead of the hard one, and we grind on it and we become the guys who are capable of doing it each time. And then we level up to level 2 and make it a bit harder and then 3 and 4 and 5 and so on. And it is like that with any skill. Now that we realize how to implement those habits by building skills and adopting characters, here are the most important ones that I've found. The first one is weightlifting. Building an aesthetic body is one of the most important things that we can do, because an attractive body is attractive and we can actually create it. It doesn't boil down to genetics. And the second thing is fat loss. The lower our body fat percentage down to around 7% body fat, the more attractive that we will get by default in our face and our bodies. The third habit is getting a haircut. Very easy, and it makes a big difference. I need to get a haircut and it's no secret. It makes me less attractive not having a fresh haircut. And then the fourth habit is to eat clean foods. So one of the biggest things that has a lot of impact over our skin, basically our attractiveness, is the quality of our foods, because food is the fuel that we fuel our bodies with. And if we will fuel our bodies with shitty fuel, we will look shittier, we will have more acne, and we will look worse, we will be sluggish and everything. The fifth habit is sleeping. Right, sleeping, bro. 8 to 10 hours per night, because when we are sleepy, we are tired. When we are tired, we don't carry ourselves in the same way. We are sluggish and we have like a bad posture and everything. And that's the sixth habit, is posture, is to have a better posture. And yes, it is a habit. You develop it by doing it for over a long period of time. You will develop the muscles in your back that allow you to have a better posture, and you will get used to having a better posture by default. Now, there are some people that are exception to this rule. You are probably not. And the seventh and last and pretty damn important habit is to know how to take pictures. Yes, bro, you heard it right. So we are living in a digital age, and everything is basically digital nowadays. And our social presence on Instagram and everything and those platforms is crucial. And if we will look extremely attractive on Instagram and everything, people will perceive us by default to be more attractive. Not only that, Instagram is one of the greatest dating apps. No, it is the greatest one that we have right now in the modern age. And if you will look great on Instagram, it will be easy as fuck for you to get laid, right? I know that you want to get laid, and that's one of the reasons for you to get attractive. This was one of my reasons. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you got a lot of value from it, I think that you should like and subscribe, or else you can check out my full Glow Up Academy in the description. There is a full course in there about growing up, and it is free for a very short time frame, so act fast. Bye, bro.